Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Kramer, where we are in our final season of this series. We have moved over from Italy into Spain now, and we are here with FC Barcelona. Just a quick look at your Glory Hunter wall here, your trophy cabinet. We have won England. We have conquered England. We have conquered France. We have conquered Germany. We have conquered the World Cup with Netherlands. We have conquered the Conference League and the Europa League in UEFA. In Italy, we did only manage to win the Coppa Italia with Atalanta. We did fail to win Serie A. It was always going to be hard, especially with the players that I had and the money restrictions I had and the position they were kind of sitting in. I just couldn't be able to do what I wanted to do, what I needed to do to win that league. And with Inter Milan, AC Milan, they were all stronger than me. It's just as simple as that. We're now over into Spain, where we are going to look to win La Liga and the Copa del Rey, as well as the Champions League, and as well as after the season is over, we're going to have one more shot at the Euros with a team. I'm probably going to go with a French team or an English team, a very strong team, instead of Portugal. I mean, we made it to the final with Portugal at least. But yeah, like you can see here, we are now here at Barcelona. Well, this team, again, kind of decently, not really needs a rebuild, but it would be nice to at least put a rebuild in there. We did go ahead and bring, obviously, our youngster with us wherever he is. Did we not bring him with us? And like every single season we have been doing, we have Mr. Victor Roku with us here. Now he's back home at Barcelona, and he's going to be the starting striker. We have two great strikers. We have Victor Roku, and we have Manchester United's Hoyland, who is 88 overall at the moment. I see no reason why not to play him there. Now, looking at this team, this is their best starting 11 that they could possibly put out at the moment. We have Ter Stegen in net, 35 years old. He's going to be good enough for at least one to maybe even 3 more seasons with him. So, obviously, only need one out of him. Araujo at right back. It's possible that he stays. It's possible that we replace him. Koundé, he is staying for sure. Simakan, he might stay, but he's also replaceable. Alphonso Davies is untouchable. He will be our left back. We have Declan Rice at CDM. He is obviously going to be there, the star Englishman at the moment. We have Pedri alongside Goretzka. Goretzka might be on his way out, 32 years old. Olise, we are going to transition him into a cam. He might be our cam. I'm also looking at possibly bringing in a different cam, aka Martin Odegaard. We'll see if he can afford him later on, possibly a swap deal with him and Olise. Other than that, the bench honestly ain't that great. It really isn't. The bench is what obviously needs work again. It's kind of what failed us in that last season as well. So a lot of bench work, a lot of players we need to sell, a lot of players we possibly bring in. A lot of free agents we might be able to bring in as well that might be able to do the job on the bench. We have $108 million to spend, and we'll probably spend pretty much almost every penny. We have made our first 2 signings of the summer, and we are bringing in 2 free agents for that bench. I said the bench needs some work, so we go ahead and instantly boost the bench that little bit more. We have a youngster 18-year-old Croatian midfielder, Nezovic, aka Modric Regen. I'm about 50% sure, except for the fact usually Modric Regens are normally starting at close to 80, which I guess 77 is close to 80, but I mean like 80 up there. And then we also bring in Lou Hardy, a English right back that is worth 15 million. He will join 17-year-old. He will be our backup right back. Maybe to Araujo, maybe to somebody else. It probably will be somebody else because we did just get a transfer for Araujo, which we actually accepted for 26.9 million. So we are more than likely going to go ahead and sell Araujo. Pablo Torres release clause got triggered for 57.4 million, and honestly I was going to sell him anyway, so I'll happily let that go through as well. So we should get a little bit more money in our transfer budget as well, and Araujo won't be leaving at this moment at least. Alright, well, here's a little update. I was going through some free agents, just kind of going through, see if we can find any decent free agents per position for some squad depth. That way I don't have to spend my money just all on a bench. And there is one dude that I found that is not going to be a bench player at all. If we just go ahead and scroll all the way back down here, want someone that wasn't a youngster and that could be a little bit on the old side, because obviously they would just be a rotation player. But we just found our next starter because he is a free agent for some reason. Mr. William Saliba. He will be coming to the club. We already shortlisted him because I already found him and I went back and just found him and did that. We will be bringing him into the club. It's as simple as that. He's a free agent, 89 overall, 26 years old only. This might be the best find on the free agent market that's not a regen this year yet on FIFA for myself. So he will be coming into the team now. Some more deals. OGC Nice went in for Declan Rice. We just refused to sell him at all. Araujo's deal kind of swept through under the rugs. We did accept Rafinha. We accepted Casado. We accepted Prim. We didn't really accept Torres. We just know his release clause got triggered, and he's still yet to leave the club. It's only a couple days later. We are going to bring in William Saliba for free, which is absolutely insane to be able to bring in this caliber of a player on a free market. We aren't gonna his value is probably close to 100 plus mil, to be honest. It really is. So to be able to bring him for free, they want 230K. I'm not gonna do release clauses on this. Obviously, I know in Spain you kind of have to. I'm just not going to do it. We're only going to be here for a season, so it doesn't matter too much anyway. It's not a full-on career mode season. But William Saliba will be joining the squad here at Barcelona on a free. That's insane. We go ahead and make our first actual purchase of this save this season here on the club. We bring in right back a youngster, 21-year-old Mata Gaio, however you want to say his name is. He's an Italian regen. He will come in from PSG. We'll swap Araujo plus 35.5 million and an 11% selling clause. He will come over to the club. Gaio will be our new #1 right back. Pablo Torre has been sold for 57.4 million. That's a good boost into our budget. We'll get 20 million, I guess, added onto it. Obviously, the 30 million that just got sold or bought for Gaio, we get reinstated. Rafinha has been sold to a rival in Atletico Madrid for 42 million. Obviously, no wing play. We don't really need a winger. He's not really good at a cam or a striker position, so he's quite useless to the team, so we just let him go. The biggest signing of the summer is here. Martin Odegaard will be coming over from England down to Spain, and he will be our new #1 cam. We still have Olise. I still have him transfer listed, but maybe we don't sell Olise quite yet. We might go ahead and let Olise stay as a substitute for that cam position. He is a decent cam. It was honestly between Martin Odegaard and Xavi Simons, and I just wanted to play with Odegaard. Honestly, I just wanted to play with Martin Odegaard. So we get him for 80 million because his contract is expiring in 11 months. So we get him a little bit cheaper. Not too much cheaper because his market value is still up there in the hundreds, or at least the 90s or something like that. So it's not too far off. So he will be our new #1 cam. We still have to replace Goretzka. We still have to possibly fix our bench up as well. You see a lot of options we have on here. We had Martinelli on here as a striker possibility. There is a possibility we'll bring him in and play him at striker. Nuama for striker, again, possibility on the bench. Xavi Simons, we stay no longer to him. And we have a couple of midfield options that I'm looking at as well. Tuishimeni is the most appealing because he is kind of the cheapest, because his contract is also expiring alongside Veerman, who's obviously over at Everton at the moment on the game. So see what we can do, see what we can sell, see what can happen. We say goodbye to Alex Vale. He's on loan for some reason. Not sure why he got a loan offer, but he did, and we honestly just kind of accepted it and said whatever. We also say goodbye to Leon Goretzka, who also goes to Bournemouth for 49. So Bournemouth are taking all of our deadwood players. Pablo Torre for 57 now Goretzka for 49. How much more money does that club have in England? It's actually insane. So that is 2 players sold. We have Lewandowski on the brink of leaving both PSV and Udinese. We were kind of flirting with the idea of actually selling Rasmus Højlund. We had an offer from West Ham with 145. We went ahead and rejected that. Actually, it was a little bit lower. We tried to get it up to close to 186, where Napoli was, and Napoli rejected that one themselves because we tried to do the same thing with that. We have a couple of Deadwood players still looking to be sold, and with Joe Gomez, he has 3 deals going on. In fact, he actually only has 1 now because Everton. The other 2 did fall off. Everton is his best hope. Maybe he wants to get back into the Premier League football. We did go after Vermeeren as well. That went ahead and broke down, so we're going to come back a week later, or maybe we'll just go for somebody completely different. And we bring in youngster Warren Zaire. He will join over from Tottenham. The young center mid prospect in real life. He's now 85 overall in the game. 4/5 seasons deep into this career mode save. He will join over. He will replace Goretzka in that CM role, and he will be our starting CM in the midfield 3. It's good looks. Welcome to the club. 50 million plus Sudakov, so around 80 to 90 million market value deal there. Welcome to the club. Michael Elise's release clause has been triggered for 100 million. I'm trying to do a better job this year of when I'm in Spain or when I have a release clause on a player. If they get it triggered and it's not too much of a disvalue to his market value, then we can just let him go. Obviously, his market value is 64. His transfer sum is 100. There's a 40 million gap in between there. It's something that we would have to look at to actually sell him anyway. So we go ahead and let that go. The board's giving it an F because it's lower than its value. It's just not at all, so they don't know what they're talking about is. That means we do need another backup cam, and we also do need to kind of think about possibly, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we want to have Ferran Torres as a backup striker, because he could technically play as that striker position. He's at the moment as a left wing only a -1 at that striker position. So I think he could be our backup striker. I want to get a cam in here, a cam right here actually, and then 2 CMs that could be good enough for the team. We have a decent right back. We have a decent center back. We do have a decent CM. I might get another center back for that though. And in fact, we do have Eric Garcia that we could keep. He is obviously transfer listed at the moment, and he could play CDM/right back. So we could keep him there and then just go there. We did bring in the backup goalkeeper in Niemi as well, just as a backup option. So I think Nezovic is obviously key part. Lewandowski's gone for sure. We want a cam, and we want another CM/CDM for our bench as well. And then I think we'd be perfectly fine and set up perfectly for the season. And we do go ahead and go back in for Arthur Vermeeren from Everton. I don't know why I said that so wrong or so long. I just paused myself for some reason. But we bring him in for 53 million, I believe it just said there. He will be our backup center defensive mid/CM. Now all we need really is a decent cam. We go ahead and bring in Malik Tillman. The American will be joining over from Bayern Munich for a little bit over 34 million fee there, and he will be our backup cam. He's pacey, he's agile, and he's exactly what you want in a rotational cam. So that is our transfer business done, and here is all the transfers that we have brought in. We bring in 3 free agents here, actually, well, 2 free agents here. The other one a little bit down the line. We bring in Niemi as just a backup kind of throwaway goalkeeper. We bring in Gael, will be our starting right back. We have Hardy as a backup right back. William Saliba as a free, which is absolutely, I still can't get over the fact we got him for a free. We have Vermeeren coming over from Everton. Zaire coming over for Tottenham. Nezovic is a free agent. We have Martin Odegaard coming over from Arsenal, and then Malik Tillman coming over from not Barcelona, Bayern Munich. First game of the season, and it's against our former club in Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup. I was going to go ahead and skip this, but I thought it would be fun to play the Super Cup because why not? It's against the former club. So here is the starting 11, the official starting 11 for our first club. And we have 3 ex-Arsenal players in here. We have Ter Stegen, Gaio, Koundé, Saliba, Arsenal player number 1, Davies, Declan Rice, Arsenal player number 2, Pedri, Zaire, Odegaard, Arsenal player 3, and Højlund and Roku as our 2 strikers on the bench. And this is our bench for the majority of the season. We have Torres, who I'm going to start training to be a striker. Hopefully it won't take too long to where it's actually reasonable. We have Tillman as our cam, Nezovic and Vermeeren as our backup options in midfield, with Garcia and Simikin as our backup options at center back, and then Hardy at right back. We have no backup left back. Hardy's going to have to play both roles there in the fullback positions. Let's see what we can do against our former club. Gaio has pace on him. Holy cow. Gaio is rapid. Pedri into Odegaard. Odegaard over the top for Roku. Roku, obviously a former player of Atalanta. And Victor Roku, of course it had to be him. Back at Barcelona now. We will show a little bit of respect to Atalanta, obviously spending a season there. But it had to be Victor Roku, the young prospect, to get the first goal of the season. It seems like he always scores the first goal of the season for me. Beautifully brought down into the box, blasted into the corner, not the corner, into the crossbar. And it goes into the back of the net, and we are 1-0 early here thanks to Victor Roku's specialty. Davies down the left-hand side. Alphonso Davies spinning and turning off his defender. And Alphonso Davies into the box for Rasmus. Can he get up? No. Odegaard trying to win the second ball. Diallo on it. It might fall for Zaire. It will technically. Now Højlund. Pedri. Out wide to Gaio. Gaio crossed in. Odegaard header. No. Corner for Atalanta. Nezovic heads it away. Fedento is going to look to carry it away. He has a pace. He has a full-on stamina now. Can he get past Alvarez? He can. And now it's Fedento pretty much one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And Fedento finds the back of net. Wraps up the Super Cup in Barcelona. Technically have the first trophy of the season. It's the least meaningful because it does not matter at all for the Glory Hunter. But hey ho, we get a trophy. And Barcelona are your UEFA Super Cup winners. We take down my former side in Atalanta to lift the trophy. And that's a great reason to kick off the season on a good note. Now time to the starting 11 for the first game of the season. Højlund misses it out in the starting position because he's just a little bit too tired. Davies, unfortunately, has to play because we don't have a backup left back, so it is what it is. Other than that, it's an unchanged starting 11 from the first game out against Atalanta. Let's get into it. Away from home against Mallorca. Let's get to it. Arsene Ter Stegen with the first save of the season for Barcelona. And it goes out for a throw-in. Zaire heads it down to Roku. Can we get him on the counterattack now? We have Roku. We have Odegaard making a run. He's going to cut inside, then look to find Odegaard down the left-hand side now. Martin Odegaard into Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, just shoot it. Ferran Torres finds the back of the net, and Barcelona have the first goal of the La Liga season here. It's 1-0, and it's a substitute, Feded, to get the job done at the moment. Martin Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, shot blocked. It's going to fall all the way out to Gaio. Now down to Deco. Deco into Zai. Zai into Roku. Roku, can he turn onto his right foot? Deco. Oh, Roku doubles the lead. It's 2-0 in the 27th minute. Vamos. Martin Odegaard, Ferran Torres, into Vitor Roku near post, and Vitor with his second goal of the season. And it's 3-0 for Barcelona. Vitor is picking up where he left off. I got to go back to every single season and see how many goals this man has scored, because he has been insane, and he is still insane. He always starts off hot. He kind of cools down towards like the middle, towards the start of the end of the season, and then he'll pick back up when we need him most. And that's how we win the Europa League, and that's hopefully how we might win the Champions League, La Liga, and the Copa del Rey. And maybe we go to Spain with to the Euros and try winning with him there as well. We could do that. That's a good, viable option. Pedri, Martin Odegaard. We're going to try it one more time. Martin Odegaard saved out for a corner. Veerman, Strand Larson. The clean sheet is gone with the last kick of the game, unfortunately. However, we are still going to pick up all 3 points. That's what matters most. A 3-1 win in our first league season game here. Away from home. We kicked off the season off on a beautiful note, and that is exactly where we are going to end the episode. When we come back, we'll wrap up whatever left of the transfer window, if there's anything left in the transfer window. Honestly, it's just me selling more Deadwood players, probably, if anything. And then we'll get into September, where we will most likely have our beginning of the Champions League run as well. So go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Actually, we'll be back on Monday for that. So peace out.